Right, hello everyone, and welcome to Warren's Team Talk. Thanks very much for coming and joining me today. And today we've got our usual match day centre live, and today it's a very, very special one. And it's a special one because it's for the FA Cup fourth round, and we'll be paying particular attention to the FA Cup fourth round clash between Peterborough United and also Queen's Park Rangers, because that is where it's got with the Warren's Team Talk road to Wembley. It's reached London Road in Peterborough, where Peterborough are entertaining QPR. QPR currently carrying the Warren's Team Talk banner into this clash, and we'll see what happens. See if they manage to hold on to the banner or they're going to surrender it to QPR, but we'll see. And Taib's in the chat. Hi, Warren, he says. Hi, Taib. How you doing, sir? You all right? I hope you're okay. I have to say I'm still absolutely fuming about that disaster of a transfer window and the way that the Islington talent killer has driven yet another of our players out of the club. I just find it absolutely disgusting. And I'm going to be having my say about it probably Monday, Tuesday, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to be having my say about it. And it's just unbelievable. This club is a fucking joke. It really is. It's just an absolute joke, mate. So, but I don't know what you think about it, Taib. What do you think, sir? Are you happy? I can say, I think from some of the messages I've received from you, I can pretty much work out what your answer is going to be to that one, but still. Anyway, so let's see what's going on, and let's get on with the show, as they say. So, Taib says, Warren, the more I look at Arteta, the more it pisses me off. Mate, I'm exactly the same. I just feel like I can't bear looking at him. It's got to the point now where I just can't bear looking at him because I feel like slapping him. I really do. And like I said the other day, that if I saw him on fire in the street, I wouldn't even cross the road to piss on him. So that's what I think about it. I would do the man some serious damage. If me and him met each other in the road, I would do him some serious bloody damage. I'm telling you. Damn it. I'm not going to say I'd physically assault him because I wouldn't, because I'm not a violent person, but I'd certainly bend his ear roll and make him I wouldn't leave him with any doubts that I thought he was a joke of a manager. Let's put it like that. So currently, these are the scores that have happened so far in the FA Cup. Last night, Manchester United were knocked out of the FA Cup 8-7 on penalties by Middlesbrough from the Championship. The game ended 1-1 after extra time. And excuse me, the game then moved to penalties and Middlesbrough won by 8-7. Currently at Stamford Bridge, it's Chelsea 1, Plymouth Argyle 1, and extra time is being played. We're just going to pop over shortly to Stamford Bridge to see what's going on. And then Kidderminster Harriers are currently drawing 1-1 with West Ham. West Ham scored in injury time to rescue a draw in that game, but the game is now in extra time. And Plymouth were leading, that took the lead at Stamford Bridge as well. So It's not been a good day for the Premiership clubs so far, but let's see what's going on. So I'm just going to share the screen as well. Share the screen, FA Cup Live. And here we go. So let's have a look. And it looks like Chelsea have taken the lead. It's Chelsea 2, Plymouth 1. Alonso scored in the 105th minute. And a goal was assisted by Kai Havertz. So looks like Chelsea may have escaped there by the looks of it. But you never know. Plymouth might pull one back and still make it a very difficult afternoon for them. So you never really know. But we'll keep an eye on that one. And let's have a Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I just suddenly got booted out of my own stream. So sorry about that, guys. Let's share the screen again. And it's still in the other game. It's still West Ham 1, Kidderminster. And there's another goal. There's a goal. Apparently there's a goal. But I don't know where it's gone. So what we mean, so let's just play this until we work out where it's gone. So where's this mystical goal that they're going on about? God, honestly, the BBC, they really piss me off sometimes. I wish they wouldn't do that. Like flash up that there's been a goal when there hasn't. There hasn't been a goal. What are they talking about? Honestly, that's crap. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna have to find another way to follow the games because that's rubbish. Anyway, so let's get this back up. So the games that are kicking off at 3 o'clock today are these ones. It's Crystal Palace against Hartlepool, Everton against Brentford, Huddersfield Town against Barnsley, Manchester City against Fulham, Peterborough United against Queen's Park Rangers, Southampton against Coventry, Stoke versus Wigan Athletic, and Wolverhampton Wanderers against Norwich City. So some interesting ties there. Crystal Palace against Hartlepool. That should be an interesting one, I'm sure. Everton against Brentford. Frank Lampard making his debut as Everton manager. To be interesting to see how he gets on. And Manchester City against high-flying Fulham from the Championship. That would be an interesting game. So, yeah, there should be some good games there, to be honest. Let's have a look and see what's going on in here. Taib says, Warren, let's be honest. Arteta has no clue about coaching and management, no tactics, no plan B. The clans at Arsenal thought it was the best idea to give Arteta the job. And this, you're absolutely right, mate. All of those things that you've just said are all things that I've talked about. I'm going to be talking about in that stream I do next week, right? And I still can't work out why they gave him the job. The only thing is that the other day, a chap called the Aussie Gooner, who's got a really good YouTube channel. I don't know if you've checked it out, but he said to me he thought it was that the Cronkies don't want Champions League football, so they're trying to make sure that they don't qualify for it. And to me, that is absolutely disgusting and damning, but I think it's true. I don't think they want Champions League football, and it could be one reason that they gave Arteta the job. Because if you look at everything that has happened since Wenger was sacked, and he was sacked, wasn't he? Let's be honest about it. He was. Everything that's happened at the club fits in with that idea. You just look at it and think and put that filter on it, it all makes perfect sense. Now I can see the logic behind what's going on, because before I had that idea put into my head, it just didn't make any sense to me, and I was thinking, what are you doing? It just don't make any sense. But now, having that in my head, it makes perfect sense to me. It really does. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on at this club. I just think basically they turned the club into a PR agency and a fashion company, because they released yet another kit on yesterday, I think it was. It looks like it's a green and yellow and black thing. And to me, it looks absolutely hideous, but I can see why people would like it. Anyway, so if we look at the game, the game that's of big interest to me is the Peterborough United Queen's Park Rangers game, because this is the game that the Warren's Team Talk Road to Wembley bandwagon is following today, primarily. If we look at Peterborough this season, their leading goal scorers are Siriki Dembele, has scored 5 from 25 appearances. Johnson Clark-Harris has scored 4 from 21. Sammy Simodic has scored 3 from 21. Harrison Burrows has scored 3 from 24. And Jorge Grant has scored 2 from 20. And their fixtures this season, on the 8th of January, they won 2-1 against Bristol Rovers in the third round of the FA Cup. And then the rest of their games have been in the EFL Championship, where they lost 4-1 at home to Coventry City. They lost 3-0 away at West Brom. They drew 2-2 with Birmingham, and lost 2-0 at home to Sheffield United. So they've not had the best of times of it, to be honest. And in fact, as you can see, they're struggling down the bottom of the Championship, and in fact, they're in the relegation zone. So, to be honest, in my opinion, it should be quite a comfortable victory this afternoon for QPR. But it's the FA Cup, anything could happen. And we've got a chat here from Del Boy Gooner TV, and he says, "Hi Warren." Hi Del Boy, how are you? Nice to see you, mate. I hope you're okay. And he says, "Hi Taib." Yeah, I'm all right, man. Still coming to terms with that shocking transfer window that we had, and I'm still fuming, to be quite honest. But um, when I have my say in a few days' time, I'm sure I'll feel a bit better about it because I would have got it off my chest. Anyway, so if we look at these same stats for QPR, their leading goal scorer is Lyndon Dykes, the Scotland international. He scored 9 goals from 24 games. Ilias Chair, I think that's how you say his name, has scored 6 from 24. Charlie Austin has scored 6 from 26. Chris Willock has scored 6 from 30. And Andre Gray has scored 5 from 17. And their form, they in the third round of the FA Cup, they beat Rotherham United of League One 8-7 on penalties after the game had finished 1-1 after extra time at Loftus Road. And it was a very, very tight affair. And in fact, Rotherham did take the lead in that game. And right near the end of the game, QPR equalised. And then in the Championship, QPR have won 1-0 against West Bromwich Albion. They've won at home. They won 2-1 on the road at Coventry City. They drew 0-0 at home with Swansea City. And they beat Reading 4-0 at home. So they've had fairly decent run of things, really, to be honest, in the Championship. And they're currently sitting in 4th, so in the Championship. So they're sitting just outside of the automatic promotion places. And in fact, they have a game in hand over second place Blackburn. And if they win that game in hand, they will move into the promotion places. But Bournemouth, who are in third, they could also do the same thing. But there you go. But look at that. Fulham have played 28 games so far this season, and they've scored 74 goals. That is mad. And they're playing Manchester City today, so that should be interesting because both of them look like they like going forward and they score a hatful of goals. So it could be a really interesting game. Taib says, hi, Del Boy. And Del Boy says, he's giving a thumbs up. So fair play to Del Boy. So, yeah, that's the stats for the two sides that we're covering primarily in this Matchday Centre Live. The starting 11 for Peterborough, also known as the Posh, is Bender, Edwards, Beavers, Kent, Clark Harris, Marriott, Puku, Norburn, Ward, Umba, and Fuchs. I need to be careful about how I say that name. And the QPR starting 11 is David Marshall, Moses Odubayo, Dion Sanderson, Robbie Dickey, Jimmy Dunn, Lee Wallace, Stefan Johansson, Luke Amos, Ilias Chair, Charlie Austin, and Lyndon Dykes. So let's see how they're lining up. So the two sides, Peterborough are lining up with a 3-4-1-2. And QPR are lining up with a 3-4-1-2 as well. So they're mirroring each other with their tactical lineup. So that's quite interesting. So let's see what happens. Let's see how the games are doing. So it's still Chelsea 2, Plymouth Argyle 1, and it looks like it's into the dying seconds of that game. And It's still Kidderminster 1, West Ham 1 in the other game. And it looks like that game could be, and it's saying it's a goal. Well, has there been a goal? Because that's what you said last time. And there wasn't. Honestly, this bloody BBC website is an effing joke. So where's this goal then? Where's this mystical? And West Ham have taken the lead. There's a goal. There's a goal at Kidderminster, and it's heartbreak for the Ham. It's heartbreak for the. It's heartbreak for the Harriers because West Ham have gone into the lead in extra time. And let's go and see if we can have a look at that. That's, of course, if it is a goal, because this is what it said last time and it hadn't. So Bowen has scored for West Ham in the last minute of extra time to give West Ham a 2-1 victory. They scored in the first minute of added time at the end of the 90 minutes to snatch a draw out of the jaws of defeat. They were losing 1-0, and in the added time they equalised through Declan Rice. So it looks like it's finished actually. Yeah, it's finished. They've won by 2-1, and Chelsea have won by 2-1. So incredible scenes because Chelsea took the lead as well. And what the hell's going on here now? Well, yes, we know. You told us that a few minutes ago. What the hell is this website up to? It's mad. Honestly, it's mad. That's unbelievable. So, yeah, Chelsea, the game again between Chelsea and Plymouth. Plymouth took the lead through Gillespie in the 8th minute, and it was a floated free kick into the box that drifted into the goal. It was a really good free kick. And then Chelsea struck back 4 minutes before half time through Azpilicueta in the 41st minute. And then in extra time, Alonso gave Chelsea the lead, a goal which was assisted by Kai Havertz to give Chelsea a 2-1 victory. So great stuff, very exciting stuff there. And what are they talking about? This, honestly, this fucking website is doing my head in. 1 minute, and look, it's doing it again. Fucking hell. You need to sort this website out, mate, because it's shit. It is effing shit. Honestly. 1 minute's a goal, then it's not, then it is, then it's not, then it is, then it's not. And then they notify you about 4 times in the space of 5 minutes about the same goal. Put it back to, honestly. And it's got nothing to do with VAR checks or anything like that, because I could understand it if it was. But no, this ain't good enough. It's not acceptable. So the other games have kicked off, and there's been a goal already at Selhurst Park. So it's in the game at Selhurst Park. It's Crystal Palace 1, Hartlepool 0. It'll probably be 0-0 again in a minute. Who knows? So yeah, it was scored by Gueha in the 4th minute. So yeah, a good start there for Crystal Palace, and There's a goal. Oh my God! There's drama at the Etihad. There's drama at the Etihad. Fulham are taking a shock lead at the Etihad Stadium. It's Fulham 0. Manchester City 0. Fulham 1. Let's go and find out about that one. See what the hell's happened there. And there's another goal at the Etihad. My God, the drama is incredible. And as we suspected, there's lots of goals in this one. So it's Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 now. So Carvalho had given Fulham the lead after 4 minutes. And then Gundogan 2 minutes later equalised for Manchester City. So it's Manchester City 1, Fulham 1 in that game. So the drama just does not stop, does it? It really doesn't. So, but all the other games are 0-0. So let's catch up with the comments. So Tony Blackwell says, afternoon, Warren. Afternoon, Tony. How are you? I hope you're well. Your internet is possessed, mate. It's a fucking joke. Honestly, I don't know what was going on. It booted me out of my own stream earlier. I started to think that Terry had managed to get hold of my proxy settings for my internet service provider and was playing around with it because it was just mad. It really was. But West Ham seem to have done the business for you, Tony. I'm sure you'd be delighted that they got through. It must have been very worrying for you because it looked like Kidderminster were going to knock you out at one point, but you equalised in the first minute of injury time and ended up winning. So fair play to West Ham. And Zarek CPFC says hello. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. I hope you're well. Good news for the Palace. They're 1-0 up. You probably know that already. They're 1-0 up at home to Hartlepool. Guajejas scored for you, I think, after 4 minutes. So, yeah, you must be absolutely delighted with that, mate, I would have thought. So, what does everyone think about today's games? Got any predictions about any of the games that are going on today? I think it's going to be, for me, the Man City Fulham game is the one that I'm interested in because I was looking at it earlier. Fulham have played 28 games so far this season and they've scored 74 goals already. I reckon it's going to be Man City 3, Fulham 2. So yeah, that would be interesting to see what happens with that one. And Taib says, afternoon, Tony. And Tony says, afternoon, Taib. Never doubted the mighty Hammers. Yeah, it was looking a bit dodgy at one point, but I think the fact they brought Declan Rice on helped things, to be honest. I don't know, because I watched about half an hour of the first half and then I had to start working on this. So I didn't really see the second half, but I was listening to it in the background and yeah, it was looking it was sounding like it was a bit of a concern. Warren, there's more chance you will see a pig flying over your house and Arteta getting sacked. And there goes a pig. I just seen a pig flying over the house, Taib. A big pink one. And any of you are old enough to remember a rock band called Pink Floyd? They used to have, as part of their set, they would have this fucking huge pink pig and I'm talking massive, flying over the crowd. I remember going to see Pink Floyd at Wembley Stadium, right? And this huge pig flew over the crowd, and the pig must have been about 60 odd foot, and it had these like really bright orange lighted eyes. It was absolutely mad. But it might have been all the funny fags that were being smoked, because I have to admit there was a fair few funny fags being smoked that night at that concert. Yeah, it was pretty wild, I have to say. So let's get back to this and talk about the football and see what's going on. God, that kid's face looks absolutely wild. Look at his face. There you go, Tony. It says Kidderminster were excellent. West Ham goal scorer Declan Rice on BBC One. A massive respect to Kidderminster. We watched some videos of them this week and they've been flying. You could see it on the bench with their manager. We weren't at our best today and scraped it with 2 goals. They probably deserved it, if I'm being honest. We need to improve if we want to push on, but massive congratulations to them because they were excellent. The fans are on top of you and they will fight for every ball. It can be a shock to the system. We know what to expect, but it's hard to get to grips with. They were in great shape, pressed hard, and they made some great substitutions, but were through to the next round, so that's the most important thing. So, yeah, there's Declan Rice's opinion of it. So, now Alan Shearer's saying that they need to thank, West Ham need to thank Declan Rice. Arteta is here for a long time. Yes, sadly, Del Boy, mate, I think you are right. I think the Cronkies absolutely love him. I really do. I think he's doing exactly what they want him to do, and he's doing it to the T. So they've got no motivation to get rid of him, because us as supporters, we don't seem that bothered about getting rid of him, in my opinion. And there's been a goal. There's been a goal, everyone. There you go, and there's a goal at the Etihad, and it's gone to Manchester City, and it's Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. And it's been scored by John Stones in the 13th minute, and it was assisted by Kevin De Bruyne. So no surprises there, really, I guess. And then Crystal Palace 1, Hartlepool 0. Michael Olise has bags of talent in his locker. He finds Joel Ward right, but he's come too close to goalkeeper Ben Killip. So there you go. Palace in our featured games this afternoon. It's Crystal Palace 1, Hartlepool 0. Everton 0, Brentford 0. Huddersfield 0, Barnsley 0. Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. Peterborough 0, QPR 0. Southampton 0, Coventry 0. And there's a goal at Stoke. Yeah, so there's a goal at Stoke, and it seems that the Orcs have scored. Yeah, they have. Maya has scored in the 14th minute to give Stoke City a 1-0 lead over Wigan. So yeah, Stoke 1-0 up against Wigan, but it's gone back to nil. Now it's 1-0 again. What are they playing at? This is an absolute madness. There you go. And it's Wolves 0, Norwich 0 in the other game. So let's go back to the chats and see what's going on here. And Kidderminster was superb, and they deserved it, and we were very, very lucky. They can hold their heads up high with their performance. That's what it's everyone seems to be saying that. So yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's off. He's off and running. I'm going to run a book on the next stream I do to see how long it takes you to come out with one of these. I'm not even going to read it. I'm going to leave it up there. And it's just mad, Taib. And then Tony Blackron. Warren, got to go. Sorry, couldn't be longer. I have a few things to do before work tonight. Keep doing what you're doing, mate. Take care for now. Yeah, thanks a lot for coming in, Tony. Have a great day at work. Say hello to Terry when you see him for me, and ask him if he's still taking his medication. Anyway, thank you, Tony, and see you soon. Barry Larry, Cronkies are too invested in Arteta. Arsenal should really go for a manager like Graham Potter and hire Michael Edwards from Liverpool as technical director. Spot on, mate. Absolutely fucking spot on. Well said, my friend. And welcome to my chat. I don't think I've ever seen you in my chat before, but thank you for coming and for that comment, because I think you're absolutely spot on, fella. Yeah. We certainly need a manager that knows what they're doing and ain't winging it and what have you. The problem is, for me, I think there's an agenda that we're not being told about by the Cronkies. And that is that they don't want to get Champions League football. And because if you look at everything that's happened since Wenger was sacked, then the only thing that doesn't fit that into that narrative is Kroenke appointing Unai Emery. But the rest of it, everything else, to me, fits into that narrative, because I just don't think they can handle, they're going to be able to handle the financial outlay that this club will need in order to not be embarrassed in the Champions League. I really don't. I just don't think they want to do it. Take care, everyone, says Tony. Tony, you off already, laugh out loud. Yeah, he couldn't handle all the nonsense I'm coming out with. It was doing his head in. And it's Adeyemi. Hello. Hi, your name's Adeyemi. Is that right, mate? Zarak CPFC. Is your name Adeyemi? And it looks like there's a goal. And there's a goal at Huddersfield. And it's It's Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. So Huddersfield take the advantage there, and they take the lead. So as it stands at the moment, 20 minutes gone in all the games, it's Crystal Palace 1, Hartlepool 0. It's Everton 0, Brentford 0. It's Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. It's Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. It's Peterborough 0, QPR 0. And that's the big Warren's Team Talk match of the day. And then it's Southampton 0, Coventry 0. It's Stoke City 1, Wigan Athletic 0. And it's Wolves 0, Norwich 0. Now, for those of you who don't know, the reason I'm going on about this Peterborough QPR game is because in the FA Cup first round, I decided that I was going to, for my channel, I was going to follow a team through this season's FA Cup until they got knocked out. And then whoever knocked that team out, I would then follow that team. And I would use my channel. I would do videos about their progress. And there's another goal at Selhurst Park. Here we go. Adeyemi, if that's your name. Adeyemi, it's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0. So let's have a look and see what's going on. And that's come from Mikel Arteta. And there's another goal. It's Southampton 0, Coventry 1. And that goal is scored by Victor Gyökeres, I think that's his name. Upset on the card there. The team from the Championship had taken a 1-goal lead against Southampton of the Premier League. So major drama there. So let's catch up with these comments because there's a lot of comments. Yes, Crystal Palace. Yes, good news for you, fella. Can you put the link to the website you're using? Yeah, of course, mate. It's www. Easier and quicker way to do this. Hold on a second. Right, so there you go. I put the link in the chat. Basically, if you go to the BBC website, bbc.co.uk/sport, and then click on football, and then what is it? Let me pull that up. I think it's scores and fixtures. Yeah, if you go to bbc.co.uk and scores and fixtures, you'll be able to find the website. And it tells you everything that's happening as the game's going on. So, yeah, it's a good one, mate. It is a good one. Although it was causing lots of dramas at the start because it kept saying there was goals and then repeating itself. It was a bit of a madness. So I'll put the link in the chat for you. 2-0 Palace says, I think it's Adeyemi. So fair play to that. Barry Larry, Palace doing a fantastic job. I really like Conor Gallagher. Also, why would Arsenal not get Edouard for a striker? Mate, I don't think they want it. I just don't think that they're interested in being successful. I really don't. I think all they're interested in is making money and pumping out PR. That's all I think it is. I think they're interested in being successful to a level and to keep the fans sort of on the slow burner and stuff like that. But in terms of like challenging for titles and major honours, I just don't believe they're serious. I don't. And it's because I think they don't want to get in the Champions League because I think they think it's going to be too costly for them to compete in the Champions League. It's going to cost them way too much money. And because I think if they want to be competing in the Champions League and challenging for titles, I think we need to spend at least £500 million. We do, because they've wasted so far under this manager 200 and odd million, and we're still no better than what we were when he was appointed. And I just find that absolutely shocking. So yeah, Barry, I don't understand that either. Yes, but I support Palace. Well, that's all right. Don't matter. You can support whatever you want, mate. It's fine. Everyone's welcome here, as long as they're not Arteta. No, only joking. So yeah, So that's the link to the website I've been using today. So let's see what the scores are. It's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0, Everton 0, Brentford 0, Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0, Manchester City 2, Fulham 1, Peterborough 1, QPR 0. And the goal was scored by Ward in the 25th minute. And the match stats so far for this game are Peterborough have had 31% of possession. They've had 2 shots, one of which has been on target. QPR have had 3 shots, 2 of which are on target. And the corner count is 3-0 in favour of QPR. And they've both committed 1 foul. So there you go, guys. Now, like I was saying earlier, let me read out the rest of the scores. So, Southampton 0, Coventry City 1, Stoke City 1, Wigan Athletic 0, and Wolves 0, Norwich 0. And there's roughly half an hour gone in all the games. So the reason I'm so interested in this Peterborough QPR game is because, as I was saying, when the draw for the FA Cup first round was made, I thought it would be interesting for the purposes of my... And there's another goal. Oh, no, that's what we know about the Peterborough QPR game. Yeah, I thought it'd be interesting for the purposes of my channel to pick a side at random and follow them during this season's FA Cup until they get knocked out, and then follow the team that knocks them out, and all the way up till we get up to Wembley for the final. So that's what I did. I started off with Bolton Wanderers. Bolton got knocked out by Stockport County. Stockport County then faced Rotherham United, and Rotherham United knocked out Stockport. Rotherham then went to QPR and got knocked out by QPR, and QPR are now playing against Peterborough. At the moment, they're losing. So having the Warren's Team Talk banner has brought nobody any luck whatsoever. Every time they get that banner, they get knocked out. So it's acting like a bit like a Jonah at the moment. So there you go. And there's another chat. Says Taib says, Warren, does Arteta have a nice drip? Love my arsehole. Mate, I couldn't give a shit what fucking drip he's got. I couldn't. I just do not understand what these people's fascination is over his hair, the clothes he wears, and what he looks like. I just don't fucking get it. How is that going to make him a good manager? How is it going to affect his ability to get results on the pitch? The fact that he supposedly dresses well and he's got nice hair, or that he's good looking. And I don't think he's particularly good looking, to be quite honest. To me, it reminds me of fucking Count Dracula. The films from the 1970s. Go and have a look at Christopher Lee playing Count Dracula in the 1970s, and you'll see what I mean. I don't think he's that good looking. And the banner that's up at the Emirates Stadium saying Mikel Arteta, the best looking Spaniard we know. That fucking banner, if I had my way, I'd fucking rip it down and burn it and have a ceremonial burning in the centre circle. It's fucking embarrassing. Whoever organised to get that banner made and have it put up at the Emirates Stadium needs fucking shooting and to be sacked. And there's been a goal. There's been a goal at Goodison Park. And it's gone to Everton. It's Everton 1, Brentford 0. And the first goal, it's the first goal of the Lampard era. And it's been scored by Yerry Mina, the Colombian centre-back. So there you go. I'm sure in the future that's going to be a question in quizzes. Who was the first player to score under Frank Lampard's era at Everton? Not that I think his era at Everton's going to last very long. I have to be honest. I'll be surprised if he's here at the beginning of the next season. So, yeah, it's Everton 1, Brentford 0. Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0. Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. Peterborough 1, QPR 0. Southampton 0, Coventry City 1. Stoke City 1, Wigan Athletic 0. And Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Norwich City 0. Now, to finish off my answer to Taib about Arteta's drip, to be honest, I like to see my manager coming out and wearing a suit and like a club blazer and all that carry on. Not coming out there with fucking Armani or Gucci or God knows what other bloody ridiculous fashion clothes he wants to wear. I think you need to wear the official club stuff. Either the suit, the club blazer with the crest on it and, white shirt and red tie and all that carry on, or, if we're going away, he wears a yellow shirt with a blue tie, or something, or pale blue shirt and dark blue tie if we're using the blue kit. I want him to look smart. Yes, I do, but I don't want him fucking looking like a fashion model, which is what he looks like at the moment. So, and to be honest, to be 100% honest about it, I couldn't give a shit what he wears. I couldn't care less if he was on the touchline fucking naked, as long as we were getting the results on the pitch. But I'm sure some of our fucking supporters would be knocking one out if they could see him naked. It's embarrassing. What's your thoughts on Wilshere? It's odd how he's been training with Arsenal for so long, and there's pictures with number 12 squad number, but he ain't signed. Mate, I don't understand it. And it's a very good question, Barry. It really is, because it's a worry. I think he's had his day. He was a good player in his day for Arsenal. I loved the fella, I really did, and I absolutely loved it when he started singing that song about Spurs and the FA Cup celebrations. And I've heard stories saying that he was pissed that day as well. So yeah, I loved the fella, and if I saw him in the street, I'd go up to him and have a good old chat with him. But I don't think that, you know, we should be using him and be giving him a contract. If they have to give him a contract, it has to be a play as you play contract. But I don't agree with it. I just think, you know, they need to go out and buy suitable players. I think he's had his day, to be quite honest. If he's there training with the squad and he's trying to get his fitness up, that's fine. I haven't got a problem with that, as long as it doesn't interfere with the club and what they're trying to do. But I don't know, man. It just seems a bit weird to me. I think you're right, and I think it's odd that he's got the number 12 squad number. So yeah, I don't know. We should resign Kevin Campbell. We signed Kevin Campbell and Ian Wright at this point. Mate, listen, in 6 months' time, we ain't going to have a striker, right? We've got Eddie Nketiah refusing to sign a contract, and Alex Lacazette, he's refusing to sign a new contract. And I bet you he ends up at Barcelona with Aubameyang. I bet you. Because you saw that little message that he sent out the other day to Aubameyang saying, oh, good luck and all this. And at the end of his message, it had these like winking emojis on it, like or saying, see you soon. Fucking hell, man. It's a joke. This football club is a fucking mess. It really is. And it stresses me out. It really does. I just get so angry with it. But this is what happens when you appoint someone who hasn't got any experience. And this is why I didn't want him in the first place, because I knew all this crap would happen. Taib says, what happens when you play tug of war with a big pulled pork? Oh, Jesus. Taib, mate, your jokes just get worse, man. Absolutely hilarious. Right, so let's get back to the football and see what's going on in these games. And 35 minutes gone. It's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0. Everton 1, Brentford 0. Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. Peterborough 1, QPR 0. Southampton 0, Coventry City 1. Stoke 1, Wigan Athletic 0. And Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Norwich 0. So there you go. Norwich doing really well there, holding Wolverhampton Wanderers, because Wolves have been playing really well of late. And they've been very difficult to score goals against. But they've also been scoring a few. So Norwich are containing Wolves at the moment, by the looks of it. Let's see what's going on with this Palace Hartlepool game. So Palace currently 2-0 up, thanks to goals from Guahayi and Ololise. Guahayi scored in the 4th minute and Ololise scored in the 22nd minute. The goals were assisted by Elise and Gallagher. So far, Palace have had 62% possession. They've had 8 shots, 3 on target. They've had 2 corners and 4 fouls. Now, Hartlepool have had 35% possession. They've had 1 shot, 1 on target, and they've had 1 corner and committed 4 fouls. So it looks like Palace are well on top. It looks like Palace are well on top at the moment and comfortably in charge in that game. Yeah, here we go. What's it doing now? Southampton 0, Coventry 1. Adam Armstrong has the ball on the edge of the Coventry area and he turns goalwards but then smashes an effort well over. So let's see. Wolves 0, Norwich 0, close. It looks like there's nearly a goal at Molineux. 3 minutes before half time. And finally, we have the second decent chance of the game. It's Adam Adia again, but he drives his shot straight at John Ruddy. So it looks like Wolves nearly took the lead there. And the reporter at the St Mary's Stadium is saying a second goal for Coventry, and I don't think I could see a way back for Southampton. And the Championship side are not far off, as Ian Martson sends an effort just far wide of the upright. So in the game between Huddersfield and Barnsley, it's 1-0 to Huddersfield. Holmes scored the goal for Huddersfield in the 19th minute to give Huddersfield a 1-0 lead. They've had 69% possession, 3 shots, 2 on target, 2 corners and 3 fouls. And Barnsley have had 31% possession, 1 shot and none on target and no corners. So it looks to me in that game that, again, looks like it's been fairly comfortable for Huddersfield in that one. Let's look at this Man City Fulham game. That should be interesting. So far it's Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. Fulham took a shock early lead in the 4th minute thanks to Carvalho, and the goal was assisted by Wilson, and then Gundogan and Stones put Manchester City in front. Gundogan scored in the 6th minute and Stones in the 13th minute. And the goals were assisted by Mahrez and De Bruyne. So in this game, Manchester City have had 54% possession against Fulham's 46. Manchester City have had 6 shots against Fulham's 3. They've had Manchester City have had 3 shots on target as opposed to Fulham's 1. And Manchester City have had 3 corners as opposed to Fulham's none. So it's been it looks like Manchester City are on top, but doesn't look like it's all been one-way traffic for Manchester City in that game by any stretch of the imagination. So let's get back to the comments because I think there's a few more chats. And Taib says, what do you get if you cross between a pig with a dinosaur, a Pulchosaurus Rex? Oh my God, Jesus God. That's unreal. It really is. It's unreal, Taib. Your jokes, man. And then Taib says, Pep probably knew that Arteta was useless. That's why they let him go. Laugh out loud. Yeah, and listen, I don't believe for 5 minutes all this nonsense that Pep's coming out with about Arteta being a good coach and that Arsenal should stick with him because they're going to the top under him. I just don't think that's true. If he was that good, that Pep would have tried his damnedest to make sure he stayed at Manchester City. That's for sure. He would have done. And the reason that, for me, that Pep keeps coming out with all this stuff about Arteta is because he knows all the time that Arteta is managing Arsenal, they're not going to be a threat to his Manchester City team. They're not. So it's one less team that he needs to worry about. And I honestly believe that because it just makes perfect sense. And I think that's why all these other rival managers are saying these things, because otherwise it's completely nonsensical. Why would you want to encourage your one of your rivals to have a manager who is likely to end up being a threat to you? Well, it just don't make sense to me, that. So yeah, I just think that he's playing mind games. I really do. So let's go back. Right, so the halftime whistle is blowing up and down the country, and it's halftime at Sellers Park, and it's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0. It's halftime at Huddersfield. It's Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. It's halftime at the Etihad, and it's Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. It's half time now at Goodison Park, and it's Everton 1, Brentford 0. It's half time at London Road in Peterborough, and it's Peterborough 1, QPR 0. It's half time at the St Mary's Stadium in Southampton, and it's Southampton 0, Coventry City 1. And in the Potteries, it's Stoke City 1, Wigan Athletic 0. And at Molineux and Wolverhampton, it's Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. And it's Norwich 1. So Norwich have taken the lead. There you go, guys. Norwich have gone 1-0 up. And let's see what's happened there. So there you go. McLean has given Norwich a 1-0 win, a 1-0 lead at half time. On the stroke of half time, he scored. The goal was assisted by Gilmore. So Billy Gilmore's back today for the Canaries, and he's assisted with McLean's goal, and Norwich have a 1-0 lead. So the Canaries will be chirping on their perches tonight if that stays like that. And if you look at those stats, it looks like Norwich, in terms of shot creation and whatnot, they look on top. So big surprise there, a big turn up. So let's see what's going on around the rest of the country. So in the Championship, at half-time, it's Blackpool 2, Bristol City 0, and Hull City 0, Preston North End 0. And there's a game at 5:30 tonight between Swansea City and Blackburn Rovers. And then in the African Cup of Nations tonight at 7 o'clock, it's the third and fourth place playoff match between Burkina Faso and Cameroon. And then also today in the World Club Cup, Club World Cup, it's Al Ahly against Monterrey in the second round. I think whoever wins that game will go on to play the European champions, Chelsea. In the Women's Super League, it's ended. Arsenal 1, Manchester United Women 1. Disappointing result there for Arsenal. I'm sure they would have thought that they could have won that game. Now, in League One, it's Burton Albion 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Charlton Athletic 2, AFC Wimbledon 2, Ipswich Town 0, Gillingham 0, Milton Keynes Dons 1, Lincoln City 1, Morecambe 0, Bolton Wanderers 0. Oxford United 1, Portsmouth 1, Rotherham United 0, Accrington Stanley 0, Shrewsbury Town 0, Fleetwood Town 1, and Sunderland 0, Doncaster Rovers 2. So that's a major shock, that is, because Sunderland are riding high, I believe, at the top of League One, and they're losing 2-0 at home to Doncaster Rovers. Now, in League Two, looks like there was a lunchtime kickoff there between Harrogate Town and Bradford City. That ended Harrogate Town 2, Bradford City 0. And then Barrow, so far at half time, it's Barrow 0, Tranmere Rovers 1. Crawley Town 1, Stevenage 0. Forest Green Rovers 1, Newport County 0. Leyton Orient 0, Colchester United 1. Games between Rochdale and Carlisle and Salford City and Port Vale have both been postponed because of waterlogged pitches. Then it's Scunthorpe United 0, Oldham Athletic 0. It's Sutton United 1, Bristol Rovers 0. Swindon Town 0, Exeter City 0. And it's Walsall 0, Northampton Town 1. In the National League, it's Aldershot Town 0, Barnet 2. Altrincham 0, Woking 2. Chesterfield 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. Halifax Town and Bromley, that game has been called off, postponed as well, again for a waterlogged pitch. So it looks like there's been a lot of rain up and down the country as well. It hasn't really rained here where I am, but it's currently half time. It's Kings Lynn Town 1, Weymouth 0, Maidenhead United 1, Eastleigh 0, Notts County 1, Grimsby Town 0, Southend United against Boreham Wood. That game's been called off and it's been postponed, and the reason it's given is other. And then it's Stockport County 0, Dover Athletic 0, and Torquay United 1, Wrexham 0, and Yeovil Town 0, Solihull Moors 0. And I'm not going to read all these ones out. Right. So there we go. We got a chat. Can we watch the Stoke game anywhere? Says Toxic Dragon. Hi, Toxic Dragon. Nice to see you. And I can see from your icon that you're a Stoke City fan. There is a website called hisgoal.com where you can, I think you'll be able to get to watch the game on a stream. If you're in the UK, I don't know if it'll work from outside of the UK at all. But yeah, you might be able to try that. You could try that one. I don't know if anyone else has got any other websites that you can try. You might want to try looking on Twitter as well. But yeah, the His Goal is HESGOAL.com. All right, put that in and you should be able to watch it. You might have to close a pop-up window and then press the play button and you should be able to watch the game. So yeah, and that's what I would suggest, mate, to be honest. Yeah, so hopefully the second half will be as entertaining as the first, shall we say. Because the first half it was fairly lively actually, so that was good. Hopefully the drama will ratchet up a couple of levels and we should be for an entertaining time, but let's see. And for those of you who don't know, yesterday Manchester United hosted Middlesbrough at home in the FA Cup fourth round, and the game ended 1-1 after extra time. The game then went to penalty shootout, and they lost 8-7 on penalties to Middlesbrough. And then today, both Chelsea entertained Plymouth and were 1-0 down until a few minutes before the half-time break when they equalised, and then they finally won the game 2-1 after extra time. And then Kidderminster gave West Ham a real fright today. They were 1-0 up for most of the game, and West Ham equalised in the first minute of added time, and then they scored again in extra time to win the game by 2-1. So there you go. That's us up to date with the FA Cup. Plymouth manager Stephen Schumacher has had his say on when speaking to BBC Match of the Day. He said, we're really proud. We knew it was going to be a really tough day. We wanted to make our fans proud, and I think we did that. A lot of the credit this week has to go to Keith Downing, who is a really good out-of-possession coach. We had to be organised, and the back three had to defend their goal really, really well. I think both goals were from their full-backs, but I can't be too disappointed with our players. I think their legs went at the end. Ryan Hardy is devastated. He normally strikes the penalties better than that. He'll be disappointed, but he can't dwell on it too long. We're moving well and going in the right direction as a club. It's a great club to work at. That's the aim, to get to the Championship. So there you go. Looks like Plymouth gave it a real good go today, and I'm sure they would have brought thousands and thousands of supporters with them up to Stamford Bridge. I remember going to see Arsenal play Plymouth Argyle at the old Highbury Stadium, and they brought about 15,000 fans with them and packed out the whole. They had the whole of the clock end, and although they lost the game 6-1, they gave a good account of themselves and all that sort of stuff, and I'm sure they had a great day out. So the games are due to kick off. It's kicked off at Selhurst Park. It's kicked off at Peterborough and Southampton, and also at Wolves. So Wolves attack early as Nelson Semedo gets down the right and swings the ball across the face of goal, but he has no teammates there ready to pounce. So sounds like the ball just flew across the penalty area and didn't really go anywhere. So Lampard could settle Everton down a bit, says Ashley Williams, former Wales captain, on Final Score. They performed really well in that first half. They had good energy, created chances, and I feel Lampard will settle the place down a bit. He might instill a DNA in the team, and he has a few options going forward. So, Ashley Williams, how do you say there? What does everyone think about Ashley Williams' comments? Personally, I think there's massive problems at Everton. I think they got, from listening to one of the people that comes into the chat quite a lot. He's not in the chat today. He's a big Everton fan. But listening to him talking about Everton, I think their problems are bigger than just a manager. So I don't know. I don't know about that, to be honest. I think he's going to have a difficult job on his hands. And like I said, I'll be surprised if he's still there come beginning of next season. Southampton have made a substitution. In fact, they made a double change to try and get back into the game, as Stuart Armstrong replaces his namesake Adam, while Carl Walker-Peters is on for Thierry Small. Strong start to the second half by Man City. Jack Grealish weaves his way into the box, but his pass is cut out by City old boy, tossing Adebayo or something. I can't say that name. Crystal Palace Hartlepool. How have Palace not scored another? Their comment says. Mikel Arteta sends a cross into the box that's perfect for Jean-Philippe Moreta to finish unchallenged from 8 yards out. Somehow he shoots against the connection between crossbar and post. The ball falls for Tyrick Mitchell, who flushed the rebound over. That would have been game over. It would have been game over. Yeah, if Palace go 3 up, I think definitely dead and buried. I think it's over now as well, to be honest. And there's a goal. There's a goal. Let's see where it's gone. And it's gone at Goodison Park. It's gone in at Goodison Park. And it's Everton 2, Brentford 0. And it's Richarlison. He's got the second one. So good news for Everton there. And Frank Lampard. Everton probably cruising now. Southampton and Coventry. Decent start to the second half by the hosts, as Coventry get away with a poor back pass before Nathan Redmond's goalbound shot is blocked by Dominic Hyam. Palace are surely going to make this 3-0 soon. Mikel Arteta sees a shot and then rebound stopped by Hartlepool keeper Ben Killett. Hartlepool. Dear. Anyway, enough of my singing, and it's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0. Everton 2, Brentford 0. Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. Manchester City 2, Fulham 1. Peterborough 1, QPR 0. Southampton 0, Coventry City 1. Stoke 1, Wigan 0. And Wolves 0, Norwich 1. And at Sellers Park, there's been another big save from Ben Killip, who sticks out a hand to stop John Felipe Maretta's shot, finding the net. The Hartlepool keeper is keeping his side in it just. So there you go. Toxic Dragon. Was that information I give you of any use? I hope so. I hope you managed to get to see the game. Then up at Goodison, it says Ivan Toney is given a slight nudge by Yeremina in the box and goes down, but no penalty is given. Not enough contact. Now Tony's ball across the 6-yard box evades everyone. The Bees are doing better though. So there we go. It's certainly been an entertaining afternoon, that's for sure. With about 20 minutes to go, I might put one of these games on and sort of do a mini watch along for the last 20 minutes if everyone's happy for me to do that. If you want me to do it, then let me know what game you want me to do it for, and I'm happy to do it. And there's a penalty at the Etihad for Manchester City. You got anything for that? I don't think we have. No. Maybe I should do one for a penalty. That'd be cool. Okay, so earlier on, someone was asking for me to put the link in the chat for the website I'm using. So I've just put it in. And it's a goal. It's a goal, people, and it's gone to Manchester City. It's now Manchester City 3, Fulham 1, and it's been scored by Mahrez in the 53rd minute from the penalty spot. So there you go, Manchester City 3, Fulham 1. Yeah, and looking at these stats, it looks like Manchester City are putting their foot on, are going into overdrive, and yeah, it looks like they're taking Fulham apart, to be honest. But yeah, I'm sure that Fulham have been more concerned about getting promotion to the Premier League. But there you go. And there's another goal. Another goal, and it's come at Goodison, and it's Everton 2, Brentford 1, and Ivan Toney has pulled one back for Brentford. He scored in the 54th minute. So a lifeline there for Brentford in this game. So it's not all over at Goodison yet. And a couple of chances for Coventry at the St Mary's Stadium to add to their lead as Victor Gallego-Carreras is denied by a sliding Jan Valery challenge before Michael Rhodes heads over from a corner. So there you go, people. Things certainly high up, that's for sure. Oh dear. Looks like there's been an incident at Sellers Park. It looks like the medics have been called for a Hartlepool fan. Looks like it's been taken ill. And both teams are gathered near their respective dugouts. Well, let's hope that that poor person is okay and it's not serious. And there's another goal. Another goal. And it's gone in at Main Road. And that sort of blows my theory out the water that it was going to be a high-scoring game for both sides. It's now Manchester City 4, Fulham 1. Jesus Christ. They're just different mustard, aren't they? They really are. So Manchester City's fourth goal. It's been scored by Mahrez in the 57th minute, adding to the penalty he scored about 4 minutes ago. So, yeah, they're really putting the afterburners on now. They're really going for it. So, yeah, Manchester City 4, Fulham 1. And looks like there's been a penalty awarded at Everton. A questionable penalty. He goes down for me. I don't think Pickford has taken his legs. It's one of those where a goalkeeper, you are disappointed to have committed yourself and given the referee a decision to make. And up at Molineux, Wolves are really upping the pressure now as Ruben Neves gets into a good shooting position, but his effort lacks the power to beat Michael McGovern. So with an hour gone in all these games, it's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0. It's Everton 2, Brentford 1. Huddersfield Town 1, Barnsley 0. It's Manchester City 4, Fulham 1. It's Peterborough United 1, QPR 0. It's Southampton 0, Coventry City 1. Sorry, Southampton 1, Coventry 1. And there's been a goal at St Mary's Stadium then. So let's... It's 1-1 at the St Mary's Stadium between Southampton and Coventry. And it's Stoke 1, Wigan Athletic 0, and Wolves 0, Norwich 1. And BBC website is reporting that goal. A great strike, they're saying. Yeah, but who scored it? That'd be nice. You could tell us that. It was scored by Armstrong, the substitute for Southampton, in the 63rd minute. It makes it Southampton 1, Coventry 1, pulls the Saints level and sets up a really tense finale now in the last 25 minutes or so. And there's been another goal. My God, the goals are flying in this afternoon. And it's come at Goodison, and it's Everton 3, Brentford 1. And it's been scored by Mason Holgate. They're 3-1 up at home against Brentford. Let's go and see if we can find anything else out about that goal. Yeah, so it was scored by Holgate in the 62nd minute. So it's Everton 3, Brentford 1. So, with 65 minutes gone, and it's another goal. It's Stoke City 2, Wigan Athletic 0. So it's Stoke are 2-0 up now. It's been scored by Brown in the 62nd minute. And so Stoke are taking a strong stranglehold on this game now. They're 2 goals to the good. And yeah, it looks like they're comfortably winning this game now. So we're just over 65 minutes gone. In most of these games, it's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0, Everton 3, Brentford 1, Huddersfield Town 1, Barnsley 0, Manchester City 4, Fulham 1, Peterborough United 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Southampton 1, Coventry City 1, Stoke City 2, Wigan Athletic 0, and Wolves 0, Norwich 1. And at Sellers Park. Reporters saying Hartlepool are not going quietly. Luca Molyneux draws a save from Jack Butland at the near post. And Everton fans apparently are singing Super Frankie Lampard as they win a corner to try to put this game to bed. So it looks like the Everton fans are happy with what they're seeing at the moment. I mean, to me, to be honest, I was concerned about Rafa at Goodison Park, to be honest, because I thought as soon as the results started going a bit wonky, that the fans would turn on him, and that's what seems to have happened. But like I said, I think the problems at Everton are far bigger than just the manager. I think there's lots of problems upstairs. There's been a substitution now at St Mary's Stadium. The tide has turned. The tide has turned with Southampton on top now as they look to get ahead. Armando Broca is on for Theo Walcott. I have to say, I really like that young Broca lad. I think he's a real handful of a striker. He looks big, powerful, really imposing. He reminds me a lot of Alan Smith. So let's see how he gets on. Anyway, Huddersfield, I might be probably completely wrong about him, but that's what I think. But what do I know? Huddersfield against Barnsley. Colton Morris tries his luck from range, but his effort floats past the far post. And Town having to show some grit here now. And then Phil McNulty, the BBC's chief football writer at Goodison Park, is saying Goodison Park is bouncing again after that third Everton goal. The mood is much better today than the recent games. Winning does that. And yeah, like Kevin Campbell always says, winning cures everything. And it's the only thing that I agree with him on. Everton fans are also loudly chanting the name of their new manager, Frank Lampard, an honour never afforded to his predecessor, Rafa Benitez. No, well, that's probably true, to be honest. And go now to the Stoke Wigan game, and it says another 2 assists for Therese Campbell. His dad, Kevin, an FA Cup winner with Arsenal, will be very happy with that. Well, there you go, you see. Young Tyrese is making his mark. So let's recap the scores once more. Just under 20 minutes left in all these games now. And it's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0. And you have to say you can't really see Hartlepool getting back into this game. But it sounds like they're giving a good account of themselves. So that's all you can really ask for, really. And I remember when I used to go and watch Maidstone United, and we got drawn against Leicester City once in the FA Cup, the League Cup, when they were in the old second division, tier 2 of English football, which would be equivalent of the Championship now. And we went to Filbert Street, and we just went there, and we just made sure that we enjoyed ourselves, and we didn't stop singing from the minute we got inside the ground until the minute we left it. One of the Maidstone United players even came over in the middle of the game and started applauding us for the noise we were making. And it's something I'll never, ever forget. It was just unbelievable. The noise and the atmosphere was incredible. So, yeah, and I think the Maidstone team and fans did do themselves proud that day, although they lost 3-0. But Maidstone at that point were in the old 4th division, Tier 4 of the English football. But there you go. So Everton 3, Brentford 1. Everton looked like they're in complete control with that one. Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. It's difficult to really know how that one's going to end up. Man City 4, Fulham 1. Only a mad one would now bet against Man City progressing through to the next round. Peterborough, and they've got another one. So here we go. So it's now Peterborough 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0, and it looks like Peterborough United are going to wrestle the Warren's Team Talk banner off QPR and march forward into the 5th round. They're winning by 2-0, and then it's Southampton 1, Coventry 1. God knows who's going to win that one. And then it's Stoke City 2, Wigan Athletic 0. And the BBC website suddenly caught up with us. And they're saying the Posh are heading for the last 16. So I'm sure Barry Fry would be absolutely delighted with that. Let's see, you got the second one. So it was scored by Jones in the 72nd minute, and the goal was assisted by Umba. So, yeah, like I say, I'm sure Barry Fry and all the Peterborough fans would be delighted with that. And of course, that means that they're going to have the cursed Forums Team Talk banner coming their way, by the looks of it. And it's Southampton 1, Coventry 1, as we just mentioned. Southampton 2, Wigan now, and 2 assists from young Tyrese Campbell. Looks put Stoke firmly in the driving seat there, and it's Wolves 0, Norwich 1. And the reporter at Sellers Park is saying that Hartlepool has shown more quality. Hartlepool have been great. It's not every week they'll come up against this level of opposition. They were 2 deep in the first half, and Palace deserved their advantage, but they've shown a little bit more quality. So there you go. Looks like Hartlepool aren't giving up without a fight. Looks like the game at Southampton, between Southampton and Coventry. Coventry have had to soak up some pressure, but they have a really great chance to add to their lead through Martin Waghorn, but the substitute was denied by Willie Caballero. There's been a substitution at Goodison Park. It's a big moment for Brentford as Josh De Silva comes on for his first appearance since February 2021, almost a year out with a hip injury. And Saman Godos is on too. Everton bring on ex-Oxford loanee John J. Kenny and Andros Townsend. Another substitution, this time at Molineux. Chiquinho is on for his Wolves debut as the 21-year-old Portuguese winger replaces Leander Dendoncker. Can he provide a bit of bite Wolves have so far been missing in the final third? Crystal Palace, the Crystal Palace Hartlepool game again. Hartlepool has shown some real resolve here. They've not laid down for Palace and at times shown a bit of class of their own. They can take a lot away from this tie, even if it ends and is likely to in defeat. Everton Brentford again. Richarlison finds Andros Townsend, who shoots with pretty much his first touch, but it's blocked and rolls to the keeper. And Crystal Palace Hartlepool again. One other thing about Hartlepool, their fans have not stopped singing at any stage during this second half. So there you go, people. That's what the FA Cup is all about. And that's what you like to do when you come up against teams from a higher league. You want to give your team as much vocal support as you possibly can. And there's been drama. That's it. You're off. There's a red card. Someone has been given their marching orders, and it's come in the Stoke Wigan game. Wigan are having a great season in League One, but it looks like they're going out of the FA Cup. Trailing 2-0, they're reduced to 10 men when Guyon Edwards is shown a second yellow card. So there you go. So he's been shown a second yellow card followed up by the red. And another fine save from Ben Killip in the Hartlepool goal. His drive to the right. His drive to his right to push away. He dives to his right to push away Jean-Philippe Mateta's shot. And then more drama. Wow. Your book, son. It certainly looks like he's heating up. Players getting booked, sent off, goals flying in left, right, and centre. Jesus. And it's come at Molyneux this time, the booking. Brandon Williams is booked for time wasting as Norwich tried to slow the game down. They've got just over 10 minutes to hold on. And Alex Howe, the BBC Sport at Sellers Park, says Hartlepool fans are in good voice. They haven't had a lot to cheer about during the match, but then their near 5,000 supporters have really got behind their team in the last 10 minutes. On the pitch, they've had a couple of strikes which have forced Jack Button to make saves. So here we go. It's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0, Everton 3, Brentford 1, Huddersfield Town 1, Barnsley 0, Manchester City 4, Fulham 1, Peterborough 2, QPR 0, Southampton 1, Coventry City 1, Stoke City 2, Wigan Athletic 0, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Norwich City 1. So there you go. We're more or less up to date there with the scores. Let's go and see what's going on in the chat. Taib Hussain says, reports suggest that Arteta will get a 20-year contract. Taib, don't fucking joke about stuff like that, man. What happens if it actually bloody happens? Fucking hell. 20-year contract. Fucking hell. The team will be playing bloody non-league football if he gets We'll be playing in the Middlesex County League or some bloody madness if he gets a 20-year contract. Jesus Christ. That's if they're still in business. They'll be playing with jumpers for goalposts in the middle of Finsbury Park if he gets a 20-year contract. Jesus. Can you imagine if he got a real long-term contract though? It beggars belief, it really does. That's why we need a new owner. Someone who knows something about football, because all the time we've got this clown in charge. We're not going anywhere. We're not. And there's been a triple substitution at the Etihad. We all love a triple change, don't we? Manchester City are cruising, so Pep Guardiola sends on 18-year-old Liam Delap, Bernardo Silva and James McAtee. Jack Grealish, Riyad Mahrez and Phil Foden have all made way. And there's 10 minutes of normal time left. Southampton won, Coventry won. And they're saying this one is heading to extra time unless someone can find the winner in the next 10 minutes. Please, someone get the winner. I want to watch the rugby. Nathan Redmond tries to be the hero, but he's shot from distance. He's straight at the goalkeeper. So, with just about 5 minutes to go, it's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0, Everton 3, Brentford 1. And there's 11 minutes to go in that game. Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0, and 9 minutes to go in that one. Manchester City 4, Fulham 1, 8 minutes to go in that one. Peterborough 2, QPR 0, 7 minutes to go in that one. Southampton 1, Coventry City 1, 4 minutes to go with that one. Stoke City 2, Wigan Athletic 0, 9 minutes to go in that one. And it's Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Norwich 1, Norwich City 1, and there's 6 minutes to go with that one. And then tonight, it's 2 games in the FA Cup. Cambridge United knocked out Newcastle United in the last round, home to Luton Town. And then Tottenham Hotspur host Brighton and Hove Albion. 8 o'clock kickoff for that one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And the Cambridge and Luton Town game, Cambridge United against Luton Town, that kicks off at 5:30. So Peterborough v Chelsea in the 5th round. It's a while since the Posh hosted. It's a while since the Posh hosted a big cup night under the lights. They're heading into the next round, which will be played in the first midweek of March. Is that right? I didn't know that. And substitution in the Everton game. Brentford bring on 18-year-old defender Finn Stevens for Rico Henry. Crystal Palace, now to the Crystal Palace game, and Jamie Sterry sees an effort tipped past the post by Jack Butland as Hartlepool looked to spark some late drama. Everton are so much more improved than on recent displays, says Ashley Williams. It's been night and day with what they produced recently under Benitez. The big thing is possession. They've kept the ball really well and reacted quickly when losing it. High energy all over, and I think Lampard has made a difference already. Yeah, maybe that's true, but don't forget, Everton started the season really well and were playing really well. And they were on the edge of the Champions League places for a few games at the start of the season. So I think they've always had this in their locker. It's just all the madness that went on in the summer transfer window where they didn't really strengthen the squad and add enough squad depth. I don't think it really helped them. A superb save by John Ruddy as he stretched out a hand to keep out Kieran Dow's effort. That keeps Wolves just about in this, but some home fans aren't confident because they're heading to the exits. Crystal Palace, how can you be leaving early in an FA Cup tie when your team's 1-0 down? If they were like 3 or 4, you can maybe understand it, but even then, I'm sorry, but I think that's shocking. It's the sort of thing that Arsenal fans would do, to be quite honest. Crystal Palace and Hartlepool, almost a dream for young fullback Omotayo Aderiyomola. He has just come on for Palace. He is just denied a follow-up finish to Mikel Ololise's saved shot by a last-gasp Hartlepool challenge. And up to Stoke now, 5 minutes of normal time left. A professional job by Stoke are heading into the last 16 for the first time in 7 years. Up to the Etihad, Liverpool target Fabio Carvalho is replaced in the dying moments. A lot has happened since the 19-year-old put Fulham ahead. Yeah, that's true. It certainly has. That's what happens when you start prodding the stick at the beast. Sometimes it wakes up and reacts, and you're sorry you ever prodded it. To be honest. Okay, so time for a quick update. And 1 minute to go at Sellers Park. It's Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0. 3 minutes to go at Goodison, and it's Everton 3, Brentford 1. 2 minutes to go at Huddersfield, and it's Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. 5 minutes to go at the Etihad, and it's Manchester City 4, Fulham 1. And at London Road in Peterborough, it's 1 minute to go, and it's Peterborough 2, QPR 0. And you have to say that bar some absolutely madhouse capitulation, Peterborough are going to the last 16. And they're into added time now at St Mary's, and it's Southampton 1, Coventry 1. And 2 minutes to go at Stoke, and it's Stoke City 2, Wigan 0. And in the second minute of added time, it's still Wolves 0, Norwich 1. So there you go. So looks like they've only got one game that's going to go into extra time, which I hope it doesn't really, because I want to watch the rugby. And then Crystal Palace ground staff are required to come on and take off a flare that the Hartlepool fans have thrown on. Their solution is to shove it in a bucket with a lid, meaning that they walk off with a thing, leaving a big smoke trail behind them. Rubbish job, but someone has got to do it. Yeah. It is a bit, isn't it? It's a bit mad, really, but still, there you go. Liam Delap has the ball at the Etihad Stadium for Manchester City in the net, but the teenagers' celebrations are cut short by an offside flag. Fulham just want the final whistle now. Yeah, they'll just want to forget about this and go back to London and get on with their title push for the championship. And there's another goal at Goodison Park, and that absolutely seals. That absolutely seals it for Everton. Not it was ever in any doubt after the third one went in, but it's now Everton 4, Brentford 1, and the hell happened there? That's madness. So yeah, Everton 4, Brentford 1, and the fourth goal for Everton came from Andros Townsend in the 90th minute, and Alex Iwobi, ex-Arsenal, of course, provided the assist. So fair play to both of them. Everton 4-1 up now. And damn it, it's ended at St Mary's Stadium, and it's ended. No, it hasn't. Sorry, people. It hasn't ended at St Mary's. It's full time at Molineux, and it's ended Wolves 0, Norwich City 1. So Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Norwich City 1. Norwich City progressed to the last 16. So congratulations to Norwich and commiserations to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Up at Huddersfield, for a moment, Barnsley think that they've levelled, but Michael Heliek is ruled to have been offside before heading in. This is going to really rub the Tykes up the wrong way. He wasn't, he was a yard on. Oh God, that's not going to go down well. And yeah, there you go. It's ended at St Mary's. It's ended Southampton 1, Coventry 1. It's ended at Huddersfield as well. Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. A really dubious decision there near the end of the game. With them having a goal ruled out, potential equaliser. So they're going to be hopping about that. So in the games that have finished, it's finished Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0, Manchester City 4, Fulham 1, Stoke City 2, Wigan 0, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Norwich 1. And it's been reported at Selhurst Park that the medical incident earlier involving a Hartlepool fans means this game has a bit of time. Means this game has a bit of time still to go. Palace are home and dry though. Well, yeah, maybe they are, maybe they ain't. It depends how much time there is to go. They're playing. They're in the fifth minute of added time, and it's ended at Stoke. It's ended 2-0 to Stoke City. Therese Campbell's 2 assists, helping Stoke over the line and qualify for the last 16 of the FA Cup. Everton, the game at Goodison Park has ended as well. It's ended Everton 4, Brentford 1. And it's saying, the reporter at Selhurst Park is saying, one thing Hartlepool can take from their display is the superb efforts of goalkeeper Ben Killip, who has made a string of saves to keep the score respectable. He makes another here to deny John Felipe Mateta. And there you go, people. Look, there he is, the man of the moment, Frank Lampard, looking as happy as Larry. Happy with his side's 2-0 victory. Sorry, I'm not talking about. 4-1 victory today in the FA Cup. So they progressed to the 5th round. So I'll be very happy about that. So it's all the games have finished except for the Southampton Coventry game, where it's into extra time, and it's Coventry City 2. It's finished Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0, Everton 4, Brentford 1, Huddersfield Town 1, Barnsley 0, Manchester City 4, Fulham 1, Peterborough United 2, QPR 0, Southampton 1, Coventry City 1. Extra time is being played there. Stoke City 2, Wigan Athletic 0, and Wolves 0, Norwich City 1. So we're just waiting to see what happens with this Southampton Coventry game. But these results mean that going into the 5th round, Peterborough United will be carrying the Warren's Team Talk banner, and they're going to be hoping that they become the first team to win a game whilst holding the Warren's Team Talk banner, because no one else has managed it yet. Bolton have fallen by the wayside. Stockport County have fallen by the wayside. Rotherham United have fallen by the wayside. Queen's Park Rangers have fallen by the wayside. So, yeah, there you go. So, let's see what's going on with this Southampton Coventry game. So they're in the first minute of extra time in this game. And it's saying Amanda Brocker wins a free kick in the attacking half. 93 minutes have been played now. But while we're waiting for that, let's go and have a look at the rest of the action and the rest of the scores. Let me read out the rest of the scores from the other games today. So in Scotland, in the Scottish Premiership, it ended, and the scores were Dundee 1, Ross County 2, Hibernian 0, St Mirren 1, Livingston 2, Aberdeen 1, St Johnstone 0, Dundee United 0. So a great result today there for Ross County, following up from their dramatic 3-3 draw last weekend against Rangers at home up in Dingwall. So they'll be really happy with that. Great win for them up at Dundee. Then into the Championship. It ended Blackpool 3, Bristol City 1. Hull City 0, Preston North End 1. Swansea and Blackburn Rovers kicks off at 5:30. And then in the African Cup of Nations at 7:30 tonight, Burkina Faso take on Cameroon in the 3rd and 4th place playoff. Currently in the Club World Cup, it's Al Ahly 0, Monterrey 0. Half an hour gone in that game. And the Women's Super League, it ended Arsenal Women 1, Manchester United Women 1. So the Arsenal ladies will be disappointed with that because they were on a title push, to be honest. In League One, it ended Burton Albion 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Charlton Athletic 3, AFC Wimbledon 2, Ipswich Town 1, Gillingham 0, Milton Keynes Dons 2, Lincoln City 1, Morecambe 1, Bolton Wanderers 0, Oxford United 1, Portsmouth 2, Rotherham United 1, Accrington Stanley 0, Shrewsbury Town 1, Fleetwood Town 1, Sunderland 1, Doncaster Rovers 2. And in League 2, it's Harrogate Town 2, Bradford City 0. Barrow 1, Tranmere Rovers 1. Crawley Town 2, Stevenage 2. Forest Green Rovers 2, Newport County 0. Leyton Orient 0, Colchester United 1. The games between Rochdale and Carlisle and Salford City and Port Vale were both postponed due to waterlogged pitches. Then Scunthorpe United 0, Oldham Athletic 1. Sutton United 1, Bristol Rovers 1. Swindon Town 1, Exeter City 2. And Walsall 0, Northampton Town 1. And then in the National League, it was Aldershot Town 1, Barnet 3, Altrincham 2, Woking 2, Chesterfield 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. FC Halifax Town and Bromley, the game was postponed because of a waterlogged pitch. Kings Lynn Town 3, Weymouth 0. Maidenhead United 2, Eastleigh 2. Notts County 1, Grimsby Town 2. And the game between Southend and United and Boreham Wood was postponed. The reason given is other. So that's probably to do with the old ding-dong. And then Stockport County 1, Dover Athletic 0. Torquay United 1, Wrexham 0. And Yeovil Town 0, Solihull Muirs nil. So, yeah, I'm not going to read all those scores out. There you go. So let's go back and see how that game at Southampton is doing. 96 minutes gone, 6 minutes into, 9 minutes into extra time. They're coming towards the end of the first period of extra time, and it's Southampton 1, Coventry 1. So let me see if I can get that game on my phone, and I can talk you through what's going on. So Southampton are playing in white shirts, red shorts, and white socks, which is a bit weird. Can't understand why they're not playing in a normal home kit, especially given that they're playing at home. They play the ball into the penalty area. It's been played around outside the penalty area. Guy tries to break into the box, but he loses possession. It looks a bit frustrated, to be honest, but there you go. Taib, if you're still there, what would be your solution to all this madness at Arsenal? Do you think it's just limited to Mikel Arteta, or do you think there's other issues at the club that need to be addressed? What do you think, my friend? I'll be interested to hear what you've got to say about it. Anyway, so 12 minutes gone in the first period of extra time, and it's Southampton 1, Coventry 1. Please don't say this is going to go to a bloody massive penalty shootout as well. And Southampton playing the ball around. Coventry are on the attack, playing the ball into the penalty area, and gets cleared well by Southampton. Southampton got lots of players beyond the ball, to be honest, and are soaking up this pressure from Coventry. Southampton moving the ball forward. What's he going to do? The ball sort of collided into the referee. Looks like he's going to give a drop ball. No, he's giving it straight back to Southampton. But they had possession anyway, so why didn't he just let them play on? Seems a bit mad, to be honest, but still, there you go. So this looks a really scrappy game. This has got penalty shootout written all over it, I'm afraid. That was a really bad challenge by the Coventry player. Yeah, and he's been given a yellow card, and rightly so. He's lucky it ain't red, to be honest, because that was a shocking challenge. He went in 2-footed. Coventry on the attack here again. On the left-hand side, plays the ball inside, switches it to the right-hand wing. Goal plays it forward and gets muscled off the ball by the Southampton defender. And the midway in the Southampton half. But ball gets played forward and he loses possession. And the referees brings the first half of extra time to an end. And another 15 minutes of at least of this absolute snowfest of a match. So the two coaches, I'm going to do the customary bit to try and extract the last bit of effort and whatnot out of their team. So if we look at the match stats for this game, Southampton have had 68% possession against Coventry's 32%. Southampton have had 15 shots on target. 15 shots, 6 of which were on target. Coventry have had 11 shots, 3 of which were on target. There's been 5 corners for Southampton, 4 for Coventry. Southampton have committed 5 fouls and Coventry have had 16. Jesus. Southampton have had 1 booking, which was Valerie. The right-sided centre-back. Coventry have had 1, 2, 3, 4 bookings. So there you go. Let's see. The second half of extra time has started. So let's see what happens. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just looking something up on the internet in relation to one of today's games. Right. Okay. So back to it. and Southampton are playing the ball forward, and 1, 2, 3. Coventry have got a lot of players behind the ball, and Southampton are just switching it from side to side, trying to find a crack in the Coventry defence, but they're not being able to find any at the moment, to be honest. This result is a bit of a shock to me because Southampton have been playing quite well of late in the Premier League. Been scoring a few goals, and like I say, they've been doing quite well. It just goes to show you that no matter what your form is, when it comes to the FA Cup, anything can happen. So Southampton got possession of the ball, and Coventry have got about 8 players behind the ball, and Southampton are finding it difficult to break them down. Pushing forward on the edge of the box. Southampton player runs into the defence, and Coventry just conceded the corner, but Southampton player and the Coventry player have just collided and ended up behind the pitch in a heap. The Coventry player looks in a bit of trouble, to be quite honest. So 4 minutes gone in extra time, and it's still Southampton 1, Coventry 1. The deadlock's still not broken. Don't worry, people, I'm not going anywhere until this game is concluded. So, Southampton pushing forward. And ball goes out of play. Coventry have a throw-in. I have to say, I'm quite impressed with how well Coventry are defending and how organised they are. And Southampton are finding it really difficult to break them down because there's just absolutely no space to play in. And Southampton just moving it from side to side, backs across the face of the Southampton defence. And like I say, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got about 9 players behind the ball. Yeah, it's about 9 players behind the ball. So no wonder they're finding it difficult to break them down. So Southampton trying to work an opening for themselves, but like I say, they're finding it really difficult. Southampton are into the box, and it's a goal! It's a goal! Southampton have scored. The Southampton player cuts inside the box and unleashes a shot into the bottom far corner of the net, and it's Southampton 2, Coventry City 1, and Southampton have been mightily relieved about that one. So yeah, the ball got played out to the far left-hand side. The guy did a little jink and cut inside the Coventry defender and unleashed a shot that rocketed into the far right-hand side of the Coventry goal, and kid holding up a Toglo in the celebrations in the crowd. And like I say, it's Southampton 2, Coventry 1. So we need to do this. Because it's Coventry City trailing by 2-1 at Southampton now. So there you go. And Southampton have a yellow card. And it's just over. There's 7 minutes for Coventry to try and pull themselves back. Ball. There's a free kick on the edge of the Southampton penalty area. They're playing the ball deep into the Southampton. Oh, and Coventry nearly snatched an equaliser there. The ball got played deep into the Southampton penalty area, and the Coventry player had a header, and to me it looked offside. There was about 3 or 4 Coventry players stood in offside positions. Southampton bring the ball forward now. 6 minutes to go, and the guy who scored the goal just lost possession as he tried jinking inside the defender again. Coventry appealing for a free kick, and I think they got a point, to be honest. Guy seemed to go inside his opponent and seemed to be pushed to the ground, but the referee was having none of it. So the big young lad Brocco went on a run there, cut inside to the box, but his shot ended up in the side netting. And 5 minutes to go of this game, and are we going to get a winner in extra time? Are Southampton going to hold on? And they're playing the ball around the midfield now, trying to keep possession. Trying to just run the clock down and see out the game to get their victory, and it will take them through to the last 16, to the 5th round of the FA Cup. And they're keeping possession well, I have to say. And they're keeping possession of the ball well. Ball goes all the way back to the Southampton keeper. He plays it long out of the defence, and it goes to the Coventry defence, and the left-sided centre-back plays it to the keeper, who plays it long, but Coventry lose possession of the ball, and Coventry have won the possession back, and they're running through their midfield, and stroking the ball around. Southampton are now having their turn at trying to defend their goal. And now Brocker. Oh, he was brought down there. What's the referee going to do here? And yeah, I think that's fair enough. Coventry player gets booked for bringing down the youngster. He cut inside him and he just cynically brought him down, in my opinion. And Brocker is laying down and usefully killing some time for his teammates. 2.5 minutes to go. And he's hobbling a bit. I'm sure that the Southampton manager is wanting to see if he can run it off a little bit. And all eyes will be on the third official in a few minutes to see how much added time there is, because I'm sure Coventry are going to want to make sure that there's adequate added time in their eyes. Try and give them every opportunity of taking this game to a penalty shootout. And there's a bit of drama there. And the Coventry goalkeeper came right out of his goal and got involved in a tangle with the Southampton forward. I think it was a bit stupid, really. I think he should have stayed in his goal and let his colleague deal with that. But still, Coventry on the attack. Ball comes out to the right-hand side. It gets played in again. And it just... Coventry head the ball just wide. 1 minute to go of added time. And it's Southampton 2, Coventry City 1. And again, the long floaty cross to the back post seems to do really well for Coventry. But unfortunately, they just can't make it tell. But 40 seconds left of normal time. And 30 seconds left now. And it's a goal kick for Southampton. Ball gets played up into the central circle area. Coventry win back possession of the ball. And they're moving forward. Gets played inside to the Coventry defender. He shoots. Saved by the keeper. And again. And again. Oh no, they've scored! Coventry have scored! And they're appealing. And the referee the linesman's got his flag up for offside. And what drama here, right at the death. And the drama never stops on Warren's team talk. Coventry thought they'd equalised. But the Coventry striker has been rightly given offside, in my opinion. And the goal has been ruled out. And it looks like Coventry are going out. And Southampton are going to take their place in the last 16 of the FA Cup, moving forward to the 5th round. Probably can count themselves a bit fortunate there, to be honest. Right, so it's free kick to Southampton for the offside. And there's 2 minutes of added time. So, and they've already had 1 minute, so it's probably about 40 seconds left now. Southampton have possession of the ball. They're moving forward. Ball goes out wide to the left. The guy cuts inside onto the edge of the box. and it goes out for a throw-in to Coventry. There's 15 seconds left. Can they make it count? Two seconds to go. Surely now this is it. It's all up and over and done with. Ball gets played back to the Coventry keeper. He launches a long ball forward. It's in the air. And Coventry again try launching it forward. But they lose possession. They don't pick up the second ball. And it's been a bit scrappy, this passage of play. Southampton have possession of the ball and played 30 seconds, nearly a minute over the added time now. So how much more time is this referee going to play? And the referee knows it's only 15 minutes each way for extra time. That's it. It's finished. It's ended. Southampton 2, Coventry City 1 after extra time. Congratulations to Southampton and commiserations to Coventry City. Coventry take their place in the FA Cup 5th round, and Southampton have to go home with the tails between their legs, unfortunately. So there you go, folks. That's it. That's the end of the drama for today. That's the end of the Warren's Team Talk live broadcast. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, there is a link in this video to the petition to stop Arsenal offering Mikel Arteta a new contract. Please make sure you click on that link and sign it if you don't want Mikel Arteta to be offered a new contract. I've heard a lot of people doing a lot of talking about this, but I don't see many people taking a lot of action. So let's stop talking and take some action and stop this from happening. We need to stop this from happening because it can't be allowed to happen. Also, I want to big up the old school gunner. I want to big up Arsenal Alex. I want to big up the Aussie Gooner. And I want to big up Diesel Arsenal and Drawn by Dre. All excellent Arsenal YouTube channels. Go and check them out. They're all excellent channels. There's links for all those channels in the description of this video. So yeah, there's. I'm sure you'll find them really interesting and you'll enjoy them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks very much for tuning in to all of you. I hope you have a great evening, a great rest of your day wherever you are. Please remember to take care of yourselves and stay safe. And please remember to spread some love and kindness around the world. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. And don't forget, I will be putting out a video giving my thoughts on the current situation at Arsenal and what we need to do to move forward and drive the club forward in the right direction rather than going backwards, which is what we seem to be doing at the moment. So anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching, like I say, and take care, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you all really soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you.